What happens when something like Hurricane Milton hits? How is it that things end up looking? What can we learn from all of this? Guys, this is Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivalist, and the idea here is to learn from other people's experience. Maybe you don't live here, but you can learn from what this is like, what works, what doesn't, and the aftermath. And this is in, of course, Florida, Manasota Key. Right, and we have the location of that. That's Manasota Key right here. So as you see, it's it's basically like a sandbank, right? This is all just sand, super exposed, right? You are on very delicate ground. There's very little altitude here, and you are extremely exposed, surrounded by water. So you have water here, you have water here. Whatever hits, you're gonna be seriously affected by it. Same around here. I don't know how far water went or not, but this is super exposed. So Manasota Key, and this is what you have. As you see the sand going all the way up there, and then you have the buildings and so on. But man, especially front row, that's gonna be complicated, and this is what you see. So right off the bat, you see that it's all covered in sand, right? Sand, the storm brings everything in, all of the debris. A lot of the cost is just cleaning. It's not just the loss of structures, but right away you see certain things. You see some structures that survive. You see some structures that don't. You see houses that have been elevated, and they quickly understand that, yeah, whatever is on the first floor, maybe even on the second floor, depending on how high this gets, it's going to be all gone. The ground level, that is disposable. You have to assume that anything you have here, you keep kayaks, maybe bicycles, anything that you're okay with water just coming in and taking it away. So you already see different kind of constructions. But no matter what kind of construction you have, you're still in a disaster area. Look at the sand. Look at all of the debris. You want to have a certain kind of vehicle. You want to accept that this may be what you will have to deal with for a long time. Look at the amount. This is tons and tons of sand and debris that need to be moved away. You see roofs completely blown off. You see roofs that are just fine. Why is that? Well, because there are such a thing as storm-proof roofs, and there's storm-proof building, storm-proof construction. This would be a good example of that. Brick, mortar, poured concrete, storm-proof windows. That is gonna stand right there as if nothing, while your neighbor a few feet away gets his place completely destroyed. There is a lesson there. This stick frame structure, that is not what you want to have here. All of this completely destroyed. But hey, the roof, some roofs take it, some don't. It is quite interesting to see the aftermath of these things, right? Seems to be like a bit of an older house, but it took it quite well. Another roof completely blown off from wherever. A house that has nothing. So it looks like it's right in front of the ocean and still looks just fine. Nothing left. Just took everything. You have just the foundation left of the thing. It is insane. Yeah, this one is super interesting. You see what happened here? The guy bought this storm-proof roof, but he did not buy this storm-proof house. So the wood frame house that was underneath got washed away. The roof is just fine. It is nuts. But this is what survival is about. This is what real preparedness is about. This is what I always talk about here, right? In terms of how you strategically think about these things. In my books, in the channel, all the time I talk about you have to understand the risks involved. What is inevitable where I live in life? Well, you're going to grow old. You're going to get sick eventually. Things will happen in life, sure. I live in Florida and the Keys. Yes, you will have to deal with these things. Why on earth would you be living or buy a house in this location that is completely just waiting to be destroyed by water? Oh, but I bought the stormproof. No, the house has good bones, you know. No, it's got no bones whatsoever. It is a stick frame house. It will be washed away by water, and just buying the stormproof roof does not protect it. That is not understanding these things. That is not doing this properly. The preparedness, going logically about it. Not, oh, I feel that, it was made by my... No, that's not how these things work. Let's go back here to seeing more of the... So some of... You see it again. The buildings that were made to take this, you have... They just stand there as if nothing. It's probably a lot of damage that they sustained still on the inside. The electric stuff, unless it was, properly like, yeah, we have nothing on the floor ground. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know. How high did water get? Because many of these houses are like, yes, the floor ground is completely raised, right? How high do you have to get? I mean, you could even put your boat up in stills like this, and it's going to be taking it much better. So much damage in the boats as well. So many yachts and things that are obviously super expensive. An older house designed for this. This would be a stick frame house that is, it's raised and it's going to be doing a little bit better. But not nearly as well as concrete, right? Poured concrete and metal. All of these just doesn't make any sense to have a house like this in this place. What about insurance? Is insurance even covering you here? Another one. Stormproof roof, not stormproof house. These are massive mistakes. Just massive mistakes of judgment and decision making that you end up paying very expensive. It's going to be a very high price you pay for that sort of thing. A roof that is just not going to take it, and you see it on one side and you see it on the other. Some of these wood frame structures that maybe fare a little bit better. I see maybe some cement there, some concrete. But again, still a disaster area. What I want to, based on what I recommend here in the channel, based on what I write in my books, you don't live in a place like this. Oh, but it's my weekend house. Okay, I still wouldn't want to. I mean, just move inland a little bit more and have the convenience. Oh, but I really love. Okay. You really want to live there? Right. Make a house that can take this with a degree of peace of mind, right? Not something like this that is just a disaster waiting to happen. Even the boat yard, you see some of them that took it much better than others. Of course, your boat is here. That sucks. Your boat is up here. It's going to be just fine. It's just doing okay. No, wood frame structure right in front of the water. Such a shame, but no, it's just waiting to be washed away. Such a shame. This guy has a pool inside. Indoor pool, but the house, yep. No. Palm trees, evolution doing its thing. These things never get torn away. You'll rarely see a palm tree. They've survived for millions of years and evolved into being your boat being thrown, or your neighbor's boat being thrown on your house. That has to suck. This is also potential damage. I mean, I have my stormproof house, but a boat hits it. There's no boat-proof house. Even if you have even if you have steel, if a boat crashes into it, nice boat by the way. That sucks. This guy is doing it right. Look how even the bricks, this is not a construction, still this is being built. But you have the foundation, you have the rebar, and even the bricks will not wash away. That is, this is the three piggies, right? This guy has the house, a lot more. Well, you have quite a bit of damage here. This one stood nicely. This one also. But a lot of damage all around. But a boat hitting your house, that's going to suck. Why are you even making those structures there anymore? Yeah, that sucks. Having a boat parked on your front lawn is it's a real shame. Such a nice place. But hey, this is what it comes with. This is a deal. This is a deal you have, right? You have the nice place. The tropical climate, and you have the tropical climate, and you have the tropical storms. All of this can be lost. So many people, whoa, nice sailing boat there that this is what preparedness is all about. At least the way I go about it and the way I do it and write about it in my books and so on. You have to go in a logical manner about it. The things that will happen, the things that are very likely, the things that are very unlikely, and things that are just pure fantasy, which ironically enough ends up being many times the thing that people like talking about the most. Right? Oh, but what should I go? 9mm or 45 ACP? I don't know. Well, you know what, my friend? Maybe consider moving, because you're sitting on a stick frame house right in front of a tropical storm, and that's not what you probably want to do so as to ensure your survival and well-being, you know? There is a way to go logically about this. It's about your mental health. It's about your physical health. It's about the steps you take. It's about where you're living, how you prepare for the likely disasters based on that location, things that are likely to happen, things that are inevitable, things that you just living, for example, living in a very cold climate location. Well, that involves dealing with snow, dealing with maybe car problems, dealing with, yes, if you don't have power or ways of heating, you may end up freezing to death. That's not super likely to happen if you have a minimal amount of preparedness in place, but still, it involves a lot of work as well. Cutting wood, moving it around, finding ways of heating. In other places, that's not an inconvenience. Maybe it's other things that are a potential problem, like floods or freaking hurricanes or storms. So you have to understand the risks, how to mitigate those as much as possible, and the steps you will take. Well, I live in this house. It is made of concrete and it will withhold, but I still need to evacuate wherever I have to when it hits. That's gonna suck, but I'm okay with that. I'm willing to deal with that. I need to still have the vehicle to do so, the gas, the area in which I'm planning to go, leaving in time. That's something for another video. Bugging out when you have to, within that window of opportunity, not in the middle of it, but ahead of the curve. These are things we need to talk about some more, and we'll do that in following videos. So again, subscribe to the channel so as to not miss those videos. You have the books available there in Amazon in the links below. Surviving the Economic Collapse, Street Survival Skills, and Bugging Out and Relocating, which is particularly related to this topic specifically. See you later.